coming up with crazy schemes and always wanting to drag Charlie and her other two cousins along. Still, sometimes there was fun involved. The four of them had taken a cruise to the Bahamas last fall because of one of Daphne's propositions. Charlie suddenly felt eyes on the back of her neck. She glanced over her shoulder, and her heart jumped into her throat. Her hand flew up to her chest. "Oh, my God! You startled me." Dylan stood right behind her, glaring at the phone in her hand. "Charlotte, you know the rules about cell phones. Please, don't make me write you up. I hate writing people up." Lie, she thought, and forced herself not to roll her eyes at him. Dylan had written up more people than all the other supervisors combined. His last write-up had even killed one of her coworkers. Poor Helen Jackson had died from a heart attack after Dylan wrote her up for the second time. The call center had a 3 strikes policy. One more write-up and Helen would have been out, if she had lived. Instead, she went into the women's bathroom to have a good cry and ended up dead. Not exactly a great way to go out. "Yes, I do, Dylan." Charlie tucked her cell into her back pocket and laid her headset on the desk. Her fingers deftly entered the appropriate break code on her phone, and she stood up. At 5'10", she towered over him. Staring down her nose at him was the only thing pleasurable about working for the little twerp. Cell phones are only allowed to be out on breaks and on lunches. She grabbed her purse from the file cabinet drawer and slung it over her shoulder. "I guess it's a good thing I'm going to lunch." Dylan scowled and folded his arms across his skinny chest. "Yes, I suppose it is." "See you in 30. She walked away, leaving him to stare after her. Chapter 2. Charlie grabbed her lunch bag from the fridge in the break room and took a seat at one of the back tables, away from the floor-to-ceiling windows. The whole building had them, and they overlooked the Ashley River. The view was supposed to be a perk, but in her opinion, the tall glass only amplified the heat. The large room, filled with long tables, was almost empty for this time of day. She usually had a late lunch, so she missed the lines competing for one of the 4 microwaves. The only company she had were 2 women from another department. They must have been on a break because they each had a soda, and only one appeared to be eaten from a small bag of nuts. Charlie pulled out her salad in a jar and turkey sandwich, and then texted her cousin Daphne. "What's up?" She shook the jar, dispersing the dressing evenly before opening it, and speared the top leaves with her plastic fork.